Hello everyone. Today we find ourselves trackside along Norfolk Southern's Chicago line in Lorain County, Ohio. My family and I drove out to visit Cedar Point, and were staying with family in Oberlin at the time, and so I went out to see what I could find early this Saturday. Without further ado, let's begin.
150, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Our first catch of the day is in Amherst, Ohio, at the grade crossing on Dewey Road. Unfortunately, I hadn't noticed that it was in a quiet zone, but still managed to catch a decent meet between a westbound manifest and an eastbound grain train. In the lead of the westbound was NS 1017 and EMD SD70 Ace built in February 2011. Trailing is 4484, originally built as a GE C40-9W in February 1998, and it was rebuilt to an AC44C6M in 2021. The grain train is led by a pair of AC44C6Ms. Leading is 4290, built in 1998 and rebuilt in 2020, and trailing is 4588, built in 1999 and rebuilt in May 2022. After both trains had passed, I spent some time trying to figure out where the quiet zone ended, and after going past a few crossings, I eventually gave up trying to find a spot in Amherst and decided instead to head into Elyria, as I heard on the scanner that an eastbound intermodal was hauling ass past a defect detector towards my location. I set up at the South Ab Road grade crossing in Elyria, and within 2 minutes of my arrival, the intermodal roared through with AC44C6M 4013 on the point and SD70 Ace 1098 trailing. 4013 was originally built in January 1995 as a C40-9W and rebuilt in August 2016. 1098 was built in April of 2013. The Chicago line was first laid down in Elyria back in the 1870s by the Lake Shore and Michigan Southern Railway, which was later absorbed into the New York Central in 1914. In 1968, ownership of the Chicago line was transferred from the New York Central to its successor, Penn Central, following the infamous and ill-fated merger between the New York Central and the Pennsylvania Railroad. Following the Penn Central fiasco, the line was then transferred to Conrail, which operated it until the company was split up between Norfolk Southern and CSX in 1999. Norfolk Southern received the Chicago line and continues to operate it to this day. Over 130 trains pass through Lorain County on a given day, with that number expected to increase to 200 trains a day at some point soon. During the busiest parts of the day, like the morning rush or the evening rush, sometimes even around like 1 o'clock on weekdays, trains often pass every 5 to 10 minutes. This line is an amazing place to railfan, and there is no shortage of interesting power. Foreign power, EMDs, and even heritage units are really not that uncommon on this line. Next on the list is a westbound autorack train, led by AC-44 C6M 4559, which was built in February 1999 and rebuilt in May 2022. 4846, built in March 2001 and rebuilt in July 2024, is acting as mid-train DPU. Now we watch a short repositioning scoot with a set of well cars and 2 GEs. In the lead is ES44AC 8147, built in August 2013, while the trailing unit is an AC-44C6M 4109, built in March 1995 and rebuilt in December 2018. Our last train for today is a westbound intermodal coming in hot towards us on track 1. SD78's 1029 is on the point, and AC-44C6M 4639 is trailing. .1029 was built in October 2011, while 4639 was originally built as a C-44-9W in January of 2000 and was rebuilt in April 2023. And that's going to be a wrap for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to return to the Chicago line sometime later this year. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. God bless you, and have a good day.